What's up, gamers? Hi, Guardians, and hello, Internet. Welcome to another Sloop Gaming video. Happy Thursday, happy Twid Day. Bungie has yet again dropped their Thursday press release. Let's take a look. This week in Destiny, September 14th, in the Lord year of 2023. This one's brought to us by BR1 or Bree. This week in Destiny, we have to talk about Legendary Shards. Check your Destiny 2 inventory. It's those purple spiky things you might have in the thousands or tens of thousands, myself. They look like weird sour candy, right? Maybe they taste like grapes or blueberries. Oh no, that's the kind of dark thought a hive alkalite would have. And we're also missing the point here. So let's focus a bit and recap last week's Twid before jumping into the news. So if you'd like a recap of last week's Twid, be sure to check out my This Week in Destiny video on that. Link is in the description below. And this is the menu for today. We explain the process of Legendary Shard deprecation. What? Some new info and updates on the Crota's end raid, new PvP update previews for season 22 and 23. Checkmate enters the Crucible Labs next week. Have you read our article about deterministic recoil? Improved trials weapon drops for wins. Tessellation shines bright in these community clips. The weekly Destiny player support report. Our latest art of the week and movie of the week picks. Got that? Let's go. It's Shard to say goodbye. Be honest with us, Guardian. How many Legendary Shards do you have? Not that we're judging, although Drifter is probably proud of your methods. Whatever the answer, we are starting the process to deprecate this currency in Destiny 2. To speak in more detail about it, we'll give the room to the Destiny economy team. So FYI, for those that are new to Destiny, or just are unfamiliar with the word, essentially what deprecate means is to remove, and that's what Bungie is going to be doing with Destiny 2 moving forward, deprecating, i.e. removing Legendary Shards from the in-game economy. Destiny 2 economy team. As many Destiny 2 players already know, Legendary Shards have long been an unstable part of the economy in Destiny 2. Some players have more than they would ever be able to spend, while others struggle to earn enough to engage with the systems that require shards as a cost. This often made it hard to find legendary shard costs that would feel impactful to players, while also ensuring that the content that did require legendary shards could be enjoyed by all players, no matter how long or how much they play. Couple the legendary shard wealth disparity with the fact that we have seen more than a few loopholes players have found to farm, our regards to Rahul and Ava Levante, as well as more recently to Ikora, we have made the decision that it's time to simplify the economy by removing this currency from the game. For a long time now, it's been our goal to make the game easier to understand and to reduce the bloat of currencies, consumables, and items, while ensuring that players feel like their time is valued for how long they spent playing the many activities across the game. Sometimes we get this right, sometimes we don't. We always learn. As much as we know how bad it feels to have currencies that you have amassed over a long period of time wiped away, please know that we don't make the decision to remove them lightly. We truly believe their removal is in the best interest of both the game and the players. As you will see below, we are doing our best to ensure that the removal of legendary shards is not a point of pain, but rather the removal of a barrier. And with that being said, for those of you that are going to start pulling out the torches and the pitchforks and, oh my God, you know, my thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, which, by the way, is mainly due to you using exploits in the game to farm shards. I sincerely doubt there's a Destiny player out there with hundreds of thousands of legendary shards and you're just playing the game straight up. So for all of the, you know, current and future complainers after you read the Twid or watch this video, settle down now. I think this is a good move. I think it brings a freshness and a streamline to the Destiny 2 economy. However, it is contra to what traditional MMOs offer, right? Traditional MMOs have various ways to acquire different resources and currencies. Their economy is diverse. As much as an MMO RPG that Destiny aspires to be or is, as far as what they do economy wise, they've done the complete antithesis of what your traditional MMO RPGs have done, which personally I don't have a problem with. How do you guys feel about Legendary Shards being deprecated? Do you feel that it's time wasted? Do you feel poor now? Let us know in the comments below. Season of the Goodbye. The path to a world without Legendary Shards starts in Season 23. The first thing we will do is remove all Legendary Shard cost from the Monument to Lost Lights. Glimmer, Exotic Cipher, and Spoils of Conquest cost will remain the same, with only the Legendary Shard cost changing. This should help new and returning players unlock weapons that they have missed more easily than ever before. Secondly, we turn our eyes towards ritual gear focusing, fully removing Legendary Shards from there as well. Starting in Season 23, non-adept focusing will cost ritual engrams and glimmer only. Focusing adept weapons will still require 7 wins in trials passages or nightfall ciphers. Here you can see the new cost. So here's a chart. So new ritual weapons, 1 engram, no glimmer. Standard ritual pull weapons, 3 engrams, 5,000 glimmer. Standard ritual pull armor, 3 engrams, 5,000 glimmer. Legacy weapons, 5 engrams, 15,000 glimmer. Legacy armor, 5 engrams, 15,000 glimmer. Iron Banner weapons, 5 engrams, 25,000 glimmer. Nightfall weapons, 5 engrams, 25,000 glimmer. Adept Nightfall weapons, 1 engram, 50,000 glimmer. 10 Nightfall ciphers. Trials weapons, 5 engrams, 25,000 glimmer. Adept Trials weapons, 1 engram, 50,000 glimmer, and a 7-win Trials passage. Again, if you're an active player, acquiring the amount of engrams that are going to be required in Season 23 moving forward shouldn't be an issue. I think there's going to be some belly aching about legacy weapons, legacy armor, Iron Banner weapons, Nightfall weapons costing the 5 engrams. I mean, that's neither here nor there. I think if you just play the game, you're going to get those engram drops. And that's exactly what it is. It's the economy changes, and the ultimate goal from Bungie as a studio is to increase player engagement. And there's no other better way than to stimulate player engagement, login time, than to manipulate the economy, keep players on longer to grind, and go inside the specific playlist to acquire the resources that are necessary. In this case, engrams, and then obviously glimmer comes from various different sources. So as far as Bungie's ultimate goal as a studio to increase player engagement, this will do that. This will do that. What do you guys think? Is 5 engrams required for certain item types? Is that too much, or is that kind of the sweet spot if you just make a go at being active in the game, or if you're just a regular player? And if you're just a casual player and you have limited time during the week, do you see these changes as a detriment? Let us know in the comments below. The final shard. With the release of the final shape, Legendary Shards will no longer be in Destiny 2. We will be removing all the remaining Legendary Shard sources and costs from the game, which includes collections, trials passages, rituals, vendor purchases, and many more. And to be totally clear, we will not be offering a currency exchange for stockpiled legendary shards. The goal in removing legendary shards is to make Destiny 2 more approachable and fair experience for all players. This is why we are not raising glimmer prices for items or adding replacement costs to things that previously needed legendary shards. Legendary shards will also disappear from the currency bar in your inventory. It will now only show your glimmer, silver, bright dust, and bright dust numbers. I got to be honest with you, I'm really disappointed reading that. With all the past deprecated resources that are involved in the economy, there's always been a way to exchange them for compensation with them being deprecated. As someone who's never used an exploit for legendary shard farming, for someone who's never AFK farmed, I feel that the individuals that have bloated the economy with legendary shards finding these exploits is the reason this is occurring. This isn't a finger pointing statement. Obviously, Bungie has allowed these exploits to be in the game. Sometimes they were patched, sometimes they're not. Most often they will. Most often they are. Regardless, the economy suffered, and with the deprecation of legendary shards, this is where we're at. I never felt the need to do any of those exploits. I don't even feel having my tens of thousands of legendary shards is necessary now, but it's more of like just like a side in-game hobby of mine just to collect shards, right? Even if I started with 0 shards right now when I log into the game, I would be fine with that, right? I play enough. I'm enough of an active player. I know what I need to do to acquire shards to use for X. But since they're no longer going to be used to acquire X, it's a moot point. What's not moot, however, is the years that I spent acquiring the shards it's gone. And there's no compensation for what I have amassed over the years, which is disappointing. I wish there was something that Bungie would have done for the shards. Here's an idea. How about the legendary shards that you have? I don't know. Call it every 10,000 would be like, I don't know, 100 bright dust. I don't know. Something like that. Maybe a bright dust conversion, something to get players in there, and then cap it. You can only spend, for people to exploit it, like realistically, maybe cap it at, whatever our glimmer cap is. So 250,000 legendary shards, right? That's the most that you could convert, right? And that would give you 2,500 bright dust. How about that? You can still do that, Bungie. I don't know. What do you guys feel? What are your thoughts? Is there a different way to go about this other than saying, sorry, not sorry, your legendary shard accumulation is worthless? Let us know in the comments below. Dismantle rewards. Dismantling legendary or exotic gear has long been the primary method of acquiring legendary shards. Amen. With their removal, we want to ensure that dismantling gear still feels like it gives players something back. Okay. Rare gear, 75 glimmer. Legendary gear, 1,000 glimmer, an enhancement core with a 25% secondary reward drop chance with 10 gunsmith reputation on that. Okay. Oh, okay. A secondary reward drop chance, a 25%. So you can get another enhancement core. Okay. And then no matter what, you get 10 gunsmith reputation. Legendary exotic armor, 2000 glimmer, and enhancement core, 60% secondary reward drop chance, and 20 gunsmith reputation. Okay. Ghosts, legendary ghost, 1000 glimmer. Exotic ghost, 1500 glimmer. Legendary weapons, 1000 glimmer, enhancement core, 25% secondary reward drop chance, and 10 to the gunsmith. Exotic weapons, 2000 glimmer, enhancement core, 60% chance for another drop, and 20 to the gunsmith. Note, actual values and drop chances are subject to change prior to launch, of course. You may also note that ships and sparrows are not listed above. This is because we plan to remove the cost to pull these items from collections and allow players to freely change up their style when they please without worrying about spending any of their currencies. But in doing so, we need to also remove their dismantle rewards. Yep, that makes sense. A strange feeling. As Destiny 2 game director Joe Blackburn has mentioned, the final chape will sever everyone's favorite Yovian Zur receive a bit of an update. Yeah. Look, is the next Twid gonna be about the Zur update? Please, man, because Zur sucks. Zur is a new player only NPC. The exotics that he offers every week are not god rolls. I don't care what videos you go out there and watch. We can have a discussion about quote unquote what a god roll is, okay? But I think the community can be in agreement that as far as like specific stat distribution relative to exotic and what its core intrinsic exotic perk does overall with how it benefits the class of the guardian that the exotic caters to, the amount of god rolls that Zur has offered, I don't even think add up to, like, I can't even count it on one hand. And that's being generous. Anyway, we're not ready to pull back the curtain on all that quite yet, but just know that with the removal of Legendary Shards, Zur will be looking for some alternative forms of payment for his wares. Crotas and numbers, essence drops, and more. Last week, we had the pleasure of interviewing Team Elysium, the winners of Destiny 2's Crotas and World First Race. Again, GG's to everyone on Team Elysium. Their deed will forever be remembered among the stars. Now it's time to reflect on the rest of amazing teams that faced the Hive through the treacherous tunnels below the Hellmouth during the contest and challenge modes. So how about some numbers? And then I'm not going to read through all of these, but Guardians that entered Crota's End, over 500,000. Guardians downed, over 53 million. Guardians that cleared the Abyss, just under 250,000. Guardians that cleared the Oversoul Throne Bridge, just over 145,000. Guardians that defeated Ute, just over 78,000. The Guardians that defeated Crota, 37,720. Total hours spent in the raid, 3.9 million plus. Contest mode is hard, so everyone that succeeded in clearing the raid during its first 48 hours, no matter how soon or late, should be very proud. Same thing for the teams that, like mine, tried and couldn't reach the end. The first steps towards success is trying, so keep up the good work and don't give up. Although still trying to get their first completion, you got this. Improving drops for essences. Essences of the Oversoul are needed to complete the Necromasm quest and its catalyst. We have heard your feedback regarding their drop rate and are making some improvements with update 7.2.0.4 arrives on September 19th. For starters, your first full clear of Crota's End each week will now provide 2 guaranteed essences of the Oversoul, the guaranteed weekly drop from defeating Crota, and an additional guaranteed drop for beating each encountered in order from start to finish. Then, every time you do a full clear, you still earn that additional guaranteed essence, so there's now a way to farm them. So we are also increasing the drop rate of random essence of the Oversoul for repeated clears of each encounter, so you can earn even more per try. Finally, we are adding a chance to strike it lucky and earn all the essence necessary to complete both the Necrochasm quest and the Catalyst when taking Crota down during a full run. Just like getting the exotic to drop in previous raids, you can now get the whole deal if fortune smiles. This is great news. And this is the type of change based on community uproar and fervor that Bungie should be implementing, that they've been either deaf or extremely slow to implement in the past, but yet transparent about wanting to do better. This is an example. We've got the feedback. We're now, 3 weeks into the season, 4 weeks into the season, and we're making the necessary adjustments. So kudos to you, Bungie, for listening and then implementing the changes. However, this is the Bungie that takes 2 steps forward and 1 step back with everything that they do. And I've been preaching that for years. Really, ever since I've been playing the game and just seeing how the studio has evolved and the updates that they've made. Love the studio, respect all the devs, love the game. Obviously, I've been playing it for nearly 10 years of my life now. A lot of enjoyment. It's a great experience. However, you didn't see this coming. You didn't think how you currently launched Crota's and Necrochasm and the way to acquire it post the 48-hour contest mode. You didn't think that people wouldn't be satisfied with having to wait over a month if RNG never blessed them, which is more often than not the case when it comes to Destiny, right? Not everyone gets that exotic the first drop. Not everyone gets the thing the first drop. It takes multiple clears, right? Like the RNG is a level of frustration for many of a Guardian, specifically the casuals, which comprises the majority, I would say at the very least 75% of the player base out there. 1 guaranteed essence of the Oversoul per week at the launch of Season of the Witch post Crota is absurd. That's not quality testing and thinking about what the reaction and what the impact is going to be on the people that pay for your product and play. Active players are going to complain, but they're going to get it eventually. It's the casuals. It's the majority of the player base. It's that 75% plus that is going to be primarily affected by this and just, disgruntled, and justifiably so. Why would you even incorporate this, right? Here's a brand new toy. It's going to take you 5 weeks to get it. It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. I think they underestimated the patience of their casual community, if not the community overall. So these are great changes, and I'm very happy to see it. And how do you guys feel about it? Should Bungie have had this ready to go at launch, Witch Queen post Crota? Or is what they had in place acceptable to you? I don't think it is, but let me know your thoughts regardless in the comments below. Thank you. A new challenge approaches. Now that your victory over the High Prince is totally clear, why not challenge yourselves one more time? The first Crota's End weekly challenge will be available along with the master difficulty starting September 19th. That's next Tuesday after reset. This weekly challenge will rotate every week and ask you to complete a hidden objective each time to earn a second reward when you finish a given encounter. If you are looking for more essences to either unlock Necrochasm or its exotic catalyst, or if you just want a chance for more deep sight drops, this is a good way to improve your chances. Then you also have Master difficulty, which offers not only a higher challenge for players, but also a different kind of reward. Each week, the armor drops you get will have a particular stat focus, but if you also complete the weekly challenge on Master, you'll get an adept weapon with 2 perks on each column. As we implemented with the Root of Nightmare's adept weapons, the weapons you get in Crota's End also allow you to enhance their perks. The adept weapon you get is random, but drops work on a knockout system. You will get a new one with every challenge you complete every week until you have unlocked them all. So get ready for a more intense take on Crota's End if you are looking to score more rewards, better armor, or the ultimate versions of raid weapons. New PvP updates coming in Season 22 and 23. Hello from the Destiny2 systems team. The PvP Strike team is collaborating with several teams already working on PvP, and we are happy to start sharing some details regarding the changes players can look forward to from these groups. Some of these changes have been in the works for some time, and others are hot off the presses. We really appreciate everyone sharing their feedback last week. We've gathered it all up to help inform the work we do in the future, and Teus Wards was heavily mentioned, so we decided to expedite a change we had planned for next season. We'll address this hot topic later in Season 22, but that is not all we have planned. This is just a tribute. As teased previously, we have been working on a new Iron Banner mode that will go live in Season 23. Tribute is a supremacy base mode where players will be able to deposit crests at tribute stations to earn points for their team. Banking many crests at once can trigger a hunt phase, which activates a special tribute station and increases the value of all crests deposited for 1 minute of gloriously chaotic gameplay. Take care, as other Guardians won't be the only things guarding these high-value tribute stations. Kaita will be watching Guardians, so let's show her what you're made of. Additionally, we're bringing back a Dreaming City map, Citadel. As part of our ongoing spawn quality efforts, a number of maps have also had their spawn locations tuned in Season 23, including Altar of Flame, Cauldron, Anomaly, and Dead Cliffs. Lastly, we're also adding Strand-related Crucible medals in Season 23. Long live the sandbox! There are several other updates for weapons and armor that we'd like to shine an early light on. Some coming sooner than others. Coming later in Season 22 and Teus Wards. These will now require full class ability energy to reflect incoming damage. Reflecting damage will deplete your class ability energy. The goal is to reduce the uptime of this exotic's effect and also make it more difficult to stack it with Juggernaut Shield. I'm sure this will make many PvP mains happy, especially those that do not main Titan. On the other hand, it's also going to make many of a Titan main unhappy who main Teus Wards. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, Titan mains. Young Ahamkara's spine. Ahamkara? We are reducing its impact on grenade uptime by making it grant energy on final blows instead of damage. Coming in Season 23, submachine guns. We will be globally increasing the recoil on SMGs to make it more of a costly trade-off to spec into range over stability. Sniper rifles. We will be implementing a sniper rifle body shot nerf in the Crucible. Details to come soon. Sniper rifles are getting a damage buff in PvE, so this will be offset by that. No, it won't be offset by that because you'd have to do something in PvP to correctly offset what the body shot nerf is going to do, giving a Crucible player a PvP main an offset in PvE. That doesn't make any sense. Again, am I reading this wrong? Let me know your thoughts, guys. Fusion rifles. We will decrease the kickstart damage bonus. We will decrease the kickstart damage bonus. Okay. Damage will also fall off harder at longer ranges. All right, so I guess rip kickstart. Airborne effectiveness will be increasing the airborne accuracy of sniper rifles and slug shotguns to be the equivalent of pre-AE Icarus at their base values. Okay. I like using slug shotguns. I'm not some, aerial, maestro, but hey, any help to the AE game, I'm down with that. Peregrine Greaves, these now only grant bonus shoulder charge damage after being airborne for a short time. The goal of this change is to ensure Peregrine Greaves users are visibly airborne to other players in order to benefit from the exotic effect. In PvE, these will now provide significantly more bonus damage and refund your melee charge when used against champions, tormentors, and mini-boss. I mean, I see what they're trying to do here, but look, if you're the Titan that's putting on Peregrine and you're going into a Grandmaster or other endgame content and you see a champ, tormentor, or mini boss, and you're deciding to melee charge it, especially if it's not like low health and you're going in for a final kill, then God bless you. You're may the Traveler bless you. You're the greatest guardian of all time. You never see this in any type of build, unless it's something like someone's doing for like niche content or what have you. So rip Peregrine Greaves. It's just going to collect dust. Synthoceps. We are removing the extra lunge range. To compensate, we are adding improved weapon handling and reload speed when you're surrounded. We are also walking back some of the nerf to glaive melee damage as well. That's great, because what Synthoceps did for glaives just made people want to use glaives more, right? You want that exotic to channel into the weapon and make you feel overpowered, right? Like that's what an exotic should do. So this is good. The extra lunge range, I think, is more significant and more impactful in the Crucible and the PvP. Not to say that it doesn't have its benefits on the PvE side. For someone that uses Synthoceps when they're on Titan, I don't really care about that personally. Handling and reload speed when surrounding. If I'm being surrounded using Synthoceps, I'm not necessarily looking to switch to a weapon or reload my gun, because I'm using my fist or I'm using a melee weapon. So that's kind of like a whatever change. But walking back some of the nerf to glaive damage, let's see how far Bungie walks back. Plus, more exotic armor updates coming in Season 23. I hope there is, because every time Bungie has updated their exotics, it's always been a benefit to the game, the retuning. Big ups to the teams that have implemented those changes and worked on it. I want to see more of it. And I certainly hope that they're keeping track on what they have updated. Looking at you, Mask of the Eternal Warrior, and items like that. Still, nobody's using them, man. I don't see it, right? If anyone does use those type of exotics, it's just a meme, right? Checkmate enters the Crucible Labs playlist. After 4 weeks of crushing each other with very powerful relics, it's time for a change. Checkmate, the new modifier for Crucible game modes, will enter the Labs playlist and will be available for 6 weeks, starting next Tuesday, September 19th. One thing to consider with Checkmate is that it's not a game mode, but a modifier to game modes. That's why, during its 6 weeks in the Labs, you'll have a chance to play all the Checkmate variations. Each variant runs for 2 weeks, starting with Checkmate Control, then Checkmate Survival, and closing out with Checkmate Rumble. Checkmate shakes up some aspects, but the rules of the game modes remain. So let's get acquainted with Checkmate. With this modifier, players have a small bump in health, which adjusts the time to kill. This is largely to give players a little more time when dueling to make an extra decision or two. Because of this, Checkmate has been tuned for this more strategic gameplay, and whenever necessary, certain weapons have been adjusted to maintain their iconic Destiny 2 action game feel. To further increase the importance of your decision making, we've reduced the passive regeneration time for grenade, melee, and class abilities by 50%, and reduced the passive regeneration rate for supers by 40%. The biggest change in Checkmate, however, is that you do not spawn with special ammo. Instead, you earn it by generating points from kills, assists, deaths, zone captures, and gathering heavy ammo. You won't lose points accumulated on death, and the special ammo you earn persists and lives and rounds. Okay. Additionally, you do not drop your special ammo on death. Okay, so you get what you earn. You don't lose points. Pretty neat. Little foreshadowing. I think Checkmate is going to be like part of the regular playlist. I think those in the Crucible that are just looking for more of a gun-based game mode, I think this is going to hit it, but still maintain the integrity of the power fantasy using your abilities and super. I like what I see here, and for someone that hasn't stepped foot in the Crucible yet this season, again, I said it before in past videos, I'm not a PvP main, but I do enjoy playing in the Crucible. I just need to be motivated. Looking at Checkmate does motivate me to try something new, and I'm looking forward to it. How do you guys feel about Checkmate from what we've just read right here? Again, let us know in the comments below. Win-win situation. Last Thursday on the Destiny 2 update 7.2.0.3 brought a change that we feel is worth reminding you of. Now that Trials is coming back starting tomorrow, every match you win has a high chance of dropping one of the weapons currently available in the loot pool. That would be the regular non-adept versions of those weapons. Here's a list of what's dropping as a reminder. So Igneous Hammer, Astral Horizon, Cataphract GL3, the Messenger, Unexpected Resurgence, the Immortal. During this weekend's Trials of Osiris, Igneous Hammer will be the adept reward for those capable enough to reach the lighthouse. Iggy has some new fancy perks like Incandescent for scorching enemies and Keep Away and Fragile Focus for those looking to make this stat monster an even scarier one. As scary as someone throwing 4 javelins at your face, some would say. Tessellation slaps. What did the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap. Last week, we asked the community to show us how you wreak havoc with Tessellation. Tessellation! Yeah, yeah. You know that new exotic fusion rifle that not only adapts its damage type to your subclass element, but also can consume your grenade to shoot an incredibly powerful projectile that makes everything go out with a huge explosion. The one that can wipe an entire team capturing a zone, melt the toughest enemy in a nightfall, or even break a Well of Radiance sword for an epic Trials clutch. Or how about the one that's only available now if you pre-order the final shape, and that many in the community are calling a pay-to-win cash grab? Yeah, that one. And don't worry much about getting your grenade back. Kills of Tessellation also regenerate grenade energy, so you won't be lacking in grenades. All in all, it's a very handy tool, and oh boy, did you make that clear. Here are some of the most amazing Tessellation videos that you, our wonderful community, shared last week. And because we like you so much and are so very impressed, everyone listed below will get a Movie of the Week emblem for your efforts. Heck yeah! Congrats to everyone that I'm just going to name off right now. Definitely check out their vids, and looks cool, man. So what's the first one here? This is Tessellation Exotic Fusion Rifle. All right. Right here, triple kill by @Friday's Night. GG's on that. Looks like we got Trude. Okay, Trude's got a little video out there. Who else we got here? Destiny 2 Tessellation Imagination. Torg. All right. We also have Jan Piert 1 over on X, formerly known as Twitter. GG's. We have at shadow_Jedi_, also over on Twitter. We also have at JPans America over on Twitter. And we got at Lugal_of_cause. And who else we have here? I can't really read this. Oh, here we go. Raisori. Okay. Check that video out. The Tessellation Exotic Fusion Rifle is instantly unlocked and ready to use in Season of the Witch when you pre-order Destiny 2, the Final Shape Plus Annual Pass. Just in case you didn't know that already, fam. Player Support Report! Crota's End 48-hour challenge mode emblem update. I'll tell you what. I'm not going to read it because I didn't finish it in 48 hours. But if you did, I highlighted it. Why don't you let me know in the comments below how you fared during the 48-hour contest mode? Known issues. While we continue investigating various known issues, here is a list of the latest issues. And how many times can I say issues? If you got issues, I got tissues that were reported to us in our #help forum. The seasonal challenge round, and around we go, is counting orbs generated in Gambit. Okay. Dead Man's Tale intrinsic upgrades have duplicate and incorrect directions on how to obtain them. Some weapons from Crota's End do not always have firing audio. Some players are unable to finish the Last Will and Testament mission. Has this mission been juked since launch? Right? Like since this came about, like, I don't know. Let me know, guys, if you had any effect by any of these. I'm always curious about the bugs. Sometimes I've personally been affected, but for the most part, no. The description for the legend version of the Zavathun Spire activity incorrectly displays that matchmaking is available. For a full list of emerging issues in Destiny 2, players can review our known issues article. Players who observe other issues should report them to our #help forum. One more tessellation as a treat. Hippie says, have tessellation will travel, with so many good clips coming in about this new exotic that does not go easy on foes. We wanted to add just one more as an official #Destiny movie of the week because it's just nifty. We like nifty things here. Movie of the week, Nyan Tessellation by, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Zayumama. Bruno, oh, look, it's a remote-controlled hunter knife. Movie of the week by at the Dekiri over on Twitter. Hold the door. Hold the door. Hold the door. Hold door. Hold door. Timon says, this is how I feel when I'm the one that must dunk the chalice for the second secret chest in Crota's End. Hurry, I'll hold the door. Isn't it dunking the chalice is what opens the door? It's not necessarily the Guardian going in like it did in Destiny 1, is it? Maybe I'm wrong. Hey, correct me. Let me know how you think this mechanic works in the comments below. Ivan, even though this image is static, you can feel the action in it. Vibrant colors, moving characters, and an amazing atmosphere. Capture those zones. Congratulations, Naka187. You win the Destiny 2 Art of the Week. Very cool color palette there. GG's. Fortress by Naka187. Naka. Sam, hi, real quick. Just wanted to drop in a bonus for this incredible Zavathun cosplay. Oh, wow, that does look incredible. Zavathun cosplay by Kimber Prime. Good stuff. And we are done here. Finito. Now that you can go complete Crota's End again, maybe get more essences to progress your exotic quest. Or how about focusing engrams to earn more weapon patterns from Season of the Witch? Just don't forget about Eris. She needs all the tithes you can get her. And don't skimp on the pickles. That's what I call hive worms. Funny, we started talking about purpled flavored sweets, and we're closing in a similar manner. Even if this type of food satisfies a different craving. One a lot more ethereal and dangerous in nature. Oh well, now I'm hungry. Any suggestions? Hasta luego, BR1 Brie, however you pronounce it. And there you have it. This week in Destiny, September 14th, 2023. A long read, a lot of information, so much going on here. That's why these twids are fantastic transparency by Bungie. It's a lot of information. They're great talking points. And for someone like myself and all of you watching, those that are invested in and enjoying our time with Destiny, always appreciate what these twids offer. Bungie, thank you so much. Thank you, the viewers, so much. Much love to everyone. Again, what are your thoughts on everything that we read today? Let us know in the comments below. Be safe, stay vigilant, and as always, may the light protect us all. Thank you for watching. Likes and shares are very much appreciated. And subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. Peace.